2nd August 2020, Madhuban, Avyakta Bapdada, Om Shanti, revised 1st March 1986. A holy swan, intellect, attitude, vision, and mouth. Today, Bapdada is saying the gathering of all the holy swans. This is not an ordinary gathering, but a gathering of spiritual holy swans. Babdada is looking at each holy swan to see to what extent each one of you has become a holy swan. Do you know very well the specialities of a swan? First of all, a swan intellect means one who always has elevated and pure thoughts for every soul. A holy swan means one who is able to discern very clearly the difference between a stone and a jewel and then imbibes that. Firstly, to discern the intention of each soul and to adjust accordingly. A holy swan never adopts an impure or ordinary attitude towards any soul. You must always have pure intentions and pure feelings. When you know their intentions, you will never be influenced by anyone's ordinary or wasteful nature. You refer to pure intentions and pure feelings as nature. If it is wasteful, it has to be changed. Babdada is seeing to what extent you have become once with such a swan intellect, and similarly to what extent you have a swan attitude, which means constantly to have an elevated and benevolent attitude towards each soul, whilst having and seeing non benevolent things of each soul, being able to transfer that non benevolence. A benevolent attitude is known as having a holy swan attitude. With your attitude of benevolence, you can also transform others. To be able to transform the non benevolent attitudes of others with your attitude of benevolence is the duty of a holy swan. In the same way, when it comes to your vision, always have a vision of pure and elevated love for every soul. No matter what the other person is like, always adapt a vision of spiritual, soul conscious love for everyone. This is called having a holy swan vision. In the same way, in terms of words, you have already been told that bad words are a different matter that has changed for Brahmins, but even to speak wasteful words is not called having a holy swan mouth. Even your mouth should be a holy swan mouth, someone from whose mouth wasteful words never emerge is called one who has the stage of a swan mouth. So, a holy swan intellect, attitude, vision, and mouth, when these become pure, that is elevated, the practical impact of a holy swan stage is visible. So, each one of you should check yourself to what extent do you constantly walk and move along as a holy swan, because there isn't a lot of time now for self progress. Therefore, check and change yourself. The transformation of this time will enable you to claim a right to the golden world, which is transformed for a long time. Babdada gave you this signal earlier too. Do you all pay doubly underlined attention to the self? The reward of the elevated attainment you receive by paying attention for a short time now is equivalent to what you would receive by paying attention over a long period. This is why this short time is very elevated and beautiful. It doesn't even require effort. The Father said something and you imbibed it, and by imbibing it, it automatically becomes practical. The duty of a holy swan is to imbibe. So, this is a gathering of such holy swans, is it not? You have become knowledgeful. You now understand very clearly what is wasteful and what is ordinary. After understanding something, you automatically put it into practice. In any case, in ordinary language, you say, I have now understood this, and you then cannot stay without doing it. So, first of all, check what is ordinary and what is wasteful. You don't sometimes think that what is wasteful or ordinary in elevated, do you? This is why the first and foremost thing is a holy swan intellect. With this, you automatically develop the power to discern. Time and thoughts are wasted when you don't recognize whether something is right or wrong. You consider wasteful and wrong things you do to be right, and this is how more time is wasted. It is wasteful, but you think that you are powerful and that your thinking is right, that whatever you say is right, because you don't have the power to discern in this. The power of the mind, the power of time, and the power of words are all lost. The burden of taking help from other people also then increases. The reason, because you have not become one with a holy swan intellect. So Baptada is once again giving all the holy swans this signal. Do not see wrong as wrong. Do not think this, this one is wrong anyway, but think about how you can put right what is wrong. This is known as having benevolent feelings. With your elevated feelings and pure wishes, you will gain victory in transforming your wasteful nature and the wasteful nature of others. Do you understand? First of all, become victorious over yourself, then victorious over others, and you will then be victorious over nature. The victory of these three will make you into a bead of the rosary of victory. Your atmosphere, the vibrations, and physical matter are all included in nature. So, are you victorious over all three? On this basis, you will be able to see what your number will be in the Rosary of Victory. This is why it is called the Rosary of Victory, means Vijayanti Mala. So, are all of you victorious? Acha, today it is the turn of those from Australia. Those from Australia also receive a chance from those of you from Madhuban to become golden chancellors, because you have the speciality of giving everyone a chance by putting everyone in front of you. To place others in front of you and to give them a chance means to become a chancellor. Those who make the most of a chance and those who give a chance are both called chancellors. Bab Dada always sees and speaks about the speciality of every child. In Australia, the Pandavas especially have received a chance to do service. It is the Pandavas who look after the majority of centers. The Shaktis have given the Pandavas a chance. Those who place others at the front always remain at the front themselves. This is also the generosity of the Shaktis. However, you Pandavas are moving forward in servicing by constantly considering yourselves to be instruments, are you not? In doing service, the feeling of being an instrument is the basis of success in service. Babdada says three words which were the words spoken by corporeal Baba at the end: incorporeal, voiceless, and egoless. By being an instrument, you automatically develop these three specialities. If there isn't the feeling of being an instrument, you cannot experience any of these three specialities. The feeling of being an instrument easily finishes all type of consciousness of I and mine. There is nothing of I or mine when I am an instrument. An upheaval in one stage is due to this one weakness. You have to make effort in doing service, and also for your flying stage to be an instrument means always to remember the one who has made you an instrument. So you are constantly moving forward in expanding service by using this speciality. Are you not? To have growth in service is a sign of success. You have now become very experienced in having an unshakable and immovable stage. Do you understand? Australia means those who have something extra that others don't have. Australia doesn't have a variety, Gujaratis, etc. You have done a lot of the work of charity begins at home. You have awakened your equals. Kumars and Kumaris are being benefited very well. In this life, each of you has to take an elevated decision for your own life. If you have made your own life elevated, you become elevated for all time. You have been saved from climbing the wrong ladder. Babdada is pleased that each light is lighting another, and that many lamps have been lit, and so a rosary of lights is being prepared. You have good zeal and enthusiasm by keeping yourself busy doing service. There is a good progress. Firstly, you were told about the feeling of being an instrument. Secondly, for those who are instruments in service, there is a special slogan for their self progress and for progress in service, and it is also a means of safety for them. Whatever the instrument souls do, others who see us will follow. This is because to be an instrument in service means to come onto a stage just as a performer pays so much attention when he goes on stage, so to be an instrument for service means to perform a part on the stage. Everyone's vision is on the stage. When someone is a hero actor, everyone's vision is on that one a lot more. Therefore, this slogan is a means of safety. By doing this, you will naturally experience the flying stage, whether you stay in a center or stay anywhere else and do service. You are all servers. Some live at home and take their chance of doing service at that too is being on the stage of service. Do not waste your time but just spend your time serving. A great deal is accumulated in the account of service. Those who do service with honest hearts accumulate a lot in their accounts. Bab Dada has each child's account of service from the beginning to the end. It continues to accumulate automatically. Each and every account does not have to be kept individually. Those who keep accounts have many files. The father doesn't have any physical files. Each one's register from the beginning to the end emerges in a second. There is automatic accumulation. Don't ever think no one can see me, no one can understand me. Bab Dada has the account of what each one is, what he does, and in what stage he does it. Everything is accumulated. He doesn't have a file, but it is final. The Shaktis in Australia have shown very good courage in belonging to the Father, recognizing Him and fulfilling the responsibility of love for the Father. Mistakes or fluctuation occur due to the place, the land, or are all due to the sanskars of your past life. You go beyond this and move forward with the bond of love. This is why Bab Dada congratulates the Shaktis for their courage. One strength, one support is making you move forward. So the wings of both the Shaktis' courage and the Pandavas' enthusiasm for service have become strong. On the field of service, the Pandavas are also moving forward as Mahavirs. They are good at going beyond fluctuations. This is everyone's image. Pandavas are portrayed as big, strong, tall, and broad because their stage is elevated and strong. This is why Pandavas are portrayed as tall and brave. Australians are also merciful to a greater extent. They become merciful for stumbling souls and are moving forward in doing service. They cannot live without doing service. Bab Dada is always pleased to see the children's speciality of moving forward. You are especially fortunate. Bab Dada is pleased to see each children's zeal and enthusiasm. He sees how each one is moving forward with an elevated aim and will continue to do so. Bab Dada constantly only sees the specialities. Each one is more loved than the next. You also see each other in this way, do you not? Whoever you see is more loved than the next because those who have been separated for 5,000 years are meeting again, and so they are felt to be very lovely. The sign of loving the Father is that you will also love each Brahmin soul. To love every Brahmin means to love the Father. Only Brahmins will form relationships with one another in the rosary. The Father will retire and watch, so always experience the sign of love from the Father. The Father has love for everyone, and so you too have love for everyone. Bab Dada meeting groups. First point, do all of you consider yourself to be special souls? You are special souls, instruments for a special task, and you have to show specialities. Let there always be this in your awareness. A spatial awareness makes you ordinary awareness powerful. It also finishes what is wasteful. Therefore, always remember this word spatial. Your words are spatial. Your way of seeing is spatial. Your thinking is spatial and your doing is spatial. By using the word spatial in every situation, you will automatically change, and by having this awareness, you will easily bring about self transformation and word transformation. Continue to add the word special to every situation. By doing this, you will attain your goal or destination of attaining such a perfection. Second point, do you always keep yourself aware of the Father and the inheritance? By having an elevated awareness, you experience an elevated stage. The basis of your stage is your awareness. If your awareness is weak, your stage also becomes weak. Let your awareness always be powerful. That powerful awareness is I belong to the Father and the Father belongs to me. By having this awareness, your stage will remain powerful and you will also make others powerful. So, always pay special attention to your awareness. Let there constantly be a powerful awareness and a powerful stage through which powerful service automatically takes place. Let all three, your awareness, stage, and service, be powerful. When you put on a switch, there is light, and when you switch it off, it becomes dark. In the same way, awareness is also a switch. If the switch of your awareness is weak, then your stage is also weak. Always pay attention to the switch of your awareness. When you do this, there is a benefit for yourself and everyone. You have a new birth, and so let there be a new awareness. Everything of the old awareness has now finished. Therefore, constantly continue to experience success by using this method. Third point, do all of you consider yourselves to be fortunate? To come to the land of blessings is great fortune. The fortune you have received is to reach the land of blessings, but you can make this fortune as elevated as you want. The elevated directions are the pen with which to draw the line of your fortune. The more you continue to make the line of your fortune elevated, the more elevated you will become. This elevated time is the only time out of the whole cycle when you can create your line of fortune. You have reached such a place at such a time, so you are not those who are happy with just a little. When the bestower is giving, why should those who are receiving get tired? It is having remembrance of the Father alone that makes you elevated. To remember the Father means to become pure. You have a relationship for birth, after birth, and so is remembrance difficult? Simply remember Baba with love and with a relationship. When you love someone, it is not possible for you not to remember that one. In fact, even if you tried to forget that one, you would still remember him. Acha, blessing. May you give a glimpse of this sparkle of contentment on your forehead and become an image that grants vision. Explanation: the sparkle of contentment always continues to sparkle on the foreheads of those who always stay content. If any unhappy soul sees them, that soul also becomes happy, and their unhappiness finishes. Everyone is automatically attracted to those who have the treasure of the happiness of contentment. Their faces of happiness become living boards that give an introduction of the one who made them. So become such jewels of contentment who stay content and make others content so that many can have visions. Slogan: it is the duty of those who hurt others to hurt, and it is your duty to save yourselves. Om Shanti.